Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Miss Marvel Season 1, Episode 4, Scene Red. I forgot what the title was there for a second. Welcome, everybody. Let me actually put that screen back into place. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos. My vast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you're feeling lucky and you feel like gambling, you can hit that bell down below and see if YouTube will actually notify you when I come on live. Otherwise, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule. I put it up every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. All right, let's get to it, shall we? Spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. Okay, yes, no, maybe so. All right, there we go. Anyway, so this series is doing what I thought it was going to do. I was talking about it last episode, is that they are just going to piece together her costume one episode at a time at this point. And so she Kamala and her mother end up going to Pakistan, um and to go and meet the grandmother, uh and you can see there's a already a strained relationship between Kamala's mother, Moniba, and her grandmother, of course, Sana. So yeah, we have excuse me, a lot of animosity going on between them at this point. And it's not unlike what Kamala is dealing with her mother. So it's going on here. Um, so I like the change in location of this. What we did, we're in Pakistan. We're in Karachi now at this point. And yeah, I was thinking she still might CBM. So we'll get to that in just a minute. Um, so she ends up going to Karachi to find out more about the bangle. Uh, she meets her cousins. We see that her mother, Kamala's mother, actually came from a pretty well off, pretty good sized family. Well, a well to do family. The house is really big. It's in a gated. It's got its own gate and everything. It looked like it had its own driver as well. And the cousins and the auntie are have them go to lunch at the yacht club or the boat club or whatever, which is so hoity-toity that when Kamala shows up in jeans, she's not allowed inside, so they have to eat outside on the patio. Um, yeah, so you kind of get a sense of what's been going on family-wise. And again, this is all culture clash. We're seeing a lot of culture clash. And again, like I said, this would have been a great Disney Channel series back in the day, but as a Marvel series, I don't know. Again, it's two different things clashing together. And again, it might just be this whole that could be a representation of the clash of the culture versus the superhero culture, and trying to meld them together into something, and maybe that's why it's coming out so, I don't know, forced within the series itself. So yeah, I mean, we end up meeting the Red Daggers. Kamala goes to the train station where her grandmother arrived, and sees that part of it is closed off for historical restoration. So she puts on her mask that Bruno had given her, and she runs into Kareem, who starts throwing daggers at her because he thinks that she's a clandestine. And once she's like, no, fuck that, I'm not a clandestine, I'm trying to figure out more about this bangle thing, he decides to bring her over to a really dodgy kind of Chinese restaurant where we find the Red Daggers hang out, and she meets Walid as well. And Walid, of course, is the head of the Red Daggers, and he has some pretty nifty technology there. He explains what the veil is, the veil between our dimension and the Nor dimension, where the bangle is drawing its power from, and how the constructs are made is from this Nor energy. And what excuse me, and what Najima wants to do is she wants to bring down that veil, and if she brings down that veil, basically it's going to destroy this world in place of the other world. That's what it's going to happen. I mean, the Nora world will just take over, and of course you don't want that to happen, at this point. And we do get a little bit of history of the Red Daggers as being people that are they protect the population, I guess, from the clandestine. And yeah, so that they also have a thing for fabric as well, as CBM was talking about, and the scarves that they wrap around their face, basically the bottom half of their face to conceal it. And um, Kamala, when she's out in with her cousin shopping, we see her actually buy what's called a karta, or and I'm sorry, I might murder this, kameez. It's the red uh the red outfit that she was wearing, underneath. And Walid actually gives her a blue waistcoat, which we're starting to see the coming together of the costume that we know as Miss Marvel in the comics. So that's where this is all coming from, and of course this is all Pakistani culture, Muslim culture, if you will. And that is where we're getting these bits. And yes, there is a scarf that is involved as well within the costume, which I'm guessing CBM that she is going to get that from. I'm thinking she's going to get that from Kareem at the end. Is what's going to happen. That's where we're going to get that scarf from. So, of course, what happens? The clandestine break out of the fucking DOD prison, the Supermax prison that Damage Control has. They beat the fuck out of Damage Control, and Najima is actually going to leave behind her grandson. She's like, "Fuck you, you're out," and she does leave him behind. But they go and catch up to Kamala in Karachi, end up killing Walid, and then Kareem and Kamala are trapped in a basically a fabric store. Where they're dyeing fabrics, and as Najima goes to kill her with a dagger, she hits the bangle, and Kamala is actually transported back to 1947 during the night of the partition, the last train ride, if you will, and is there in 1947, and that's where we leave off on this episode. Um, so yeah, and also Walid actually is able to transcribe the inscription that's on the bangle as to what you seek is seeking you, and she of course doesn't know what that means. No one knows what this means because you thought Cameron was her son. No, it was, he called her Nani, or same thing that Kamala was actually calling her grandmother, CBM. I thought it was her son as well, but it's she's actually his grandmother. So which we found that out too. Did he say Ami? Okay, maybe I misheard that. Well, I had the captions on. I didn't see it. It was early in the morning, man. I lost it a little bit. Maybe he did. Maybe he is her son. I don't know. But that's where we leave off on this, and I'm fairly sure that Cameron is going to come around and help her out. Um, become one of the good guys. Oh, and the whole thing about Kamala talking to her grandmother about being Jin, and she's like, "Yeah, we are. What's the big deal about it?" And she says, and if Thor had landed in the Himalayas, the Himalayas instead of Asgard, in Norway, he would have been called a Jinn as well. And so there is some kind of question as to how they're using that word Jinn, because Jinn's supposed to be something bad in Muslim, in that mythology, and the way they're playing with it here might just mean alien, is what oh, he says Ami, thank you. Pen. Okay, so I screwed that one up. So I guess, yeah, he is her son. There we go. That's pretty cold-blooded still. Or maybe she's just pretending that he's her son, and yeah, never know. So, yeah, that we're getting more immersed in the culture, which is good. But again, we're not this doesn't feel like a Marvel series still. I mean, granted, Moon Knight didn't feel much like a Marvel series either, because it was delving more into the supernatural, but we were dealing so much more with the supernatural and not and also the parts of his fractured mind, that we weren't dealing with like a family world, if you will. Again, a Disney Channel show. That's what it feels like. This one feels like a Disney Channel show, and with some parts of Marvel stuff thrown in, and I think that's where my problem is on this. So, what have you? Actually, this was the more enjoyable episode out of all the 4 episodes I've watched so far, so I did like that much of it. Uh, and again, they did go to Karachi from what it looks like, so, you know, Disney Plus did not skimp out. They actually, spent some money. They went to Karachi. Um, we get a little more of the background of the mother and her mother, their interaction. Um, and then also the cousins. Like I said, you get that kind of sense that the mother left. Um, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back to, there we go. Muniba left Karachi with her husband without any kind of support, just because she was kind of fed up with her mother's talk about, the bangle, and what her mother could do with the bangle. And yeah, Aisha. Yeah. And I think that's kind of an interesting thing. You're getting all of this mishmash of culture, cultural differences to what is a superhero culture, I guess you could say, at this point. Like I said, this is a very weird one. I don't know about this series. Again, I like the characters and that. It's just the other part of the story just doesn't seem to jive with me. But I'll go back and I'll watch again next week and see what happens. And I'm going to close it out. We only got 2 episodes left. This is episode 4, so there you go. And then we have She-Hulk after this, right? Or is it Andor before She-Hulk? I cannot remember, because my brain is completely liquefied at this point. Really is. But if you go over to suspendedfanimation.com, you can actually see what the schedule of stuff is, because I put it up there. Yeah, so the next one is actually going to be She-Hulk on August 17th. And then Star Wars Andor is going to be on August 31st. Wow, is that going to be, are they going to do another back-to-back on that one? I hope not, because that's just going to suck. Yep, they're going to do back-to-backs on that one. Yay. Yay me. So, yeah, not looking forward to that one at all. Back-to-backs really, really do suck. It's hard to set up and scramble through them, if you will. And also watching, finding time to watch it, because, I have this little pesky thing called work. Go figure. I need to pay bills, for a roof over my head, a very expensive roof over my head, and dog needs to eat every now and then. Me too. Not eat the dog and feed ourselves with stuff. Yeah. Anyway. What else do I have going on for the rest of this week? Well, tomorrow is going to be the contest results for Obi-Wan Kenobi. So if you go and take a look at the season finale of Obi-Wan Kenobi, as long as you live within the continental United States, because again, fucking international shipping rates are horribly, horribly expensive. All you need to do is leave a comment down there. It doesn't make any difference how many comments you leave. You're only going to get one entry. First prize is Vader. That's right, Lego Vader. He just doesn't want to turn around. He's shy. He's a little camera shy. And second prize is the Stormtrooper, Lego Stormtrooper on a keychain. That's what's going on there. Friday is going to be The Boys. That's right, another episode of The Boys. Saturday I'm going to be off. Sunday is going to be the Sunday morning edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any other genre stuff you guys want to talk about. We talk about it. Monday is going to be Westworld. That's right, Westworld is on Mondays. Tuesday is going to be the contest results of Umbrella Academy Season 3. So if you go and take a look at yesterday's Is It Worth My Time? Umbrella Academy Season 3. And again, if you live within the continental United States, leave a comment. You can leave a comment either way, but it's only going to be open to continental United States people. And you can win this little guy, which is the Funko Pop of Pogo, which is also on a keychain as well. So it is very busy. And then, of course, we wrap it around again on Wednesday with another episode of Miss Marvel, the penultimate episode of Miss Marvel. And let me see, do we have anything else coming up here? Because I have a feeling that we do. Oh, we have Stranger Things. It's coming out on Friday. So I'll cover that at some point in time. And we have Thor: Love and Thunder coming out on July 8th. So yeah, it's gonna be busy for the foreseeable future here. It's gonna be very busy for me. Very, very busy. Yeah, because July is gonna be busy. August is busy. I think September it actually kind of. Oh no, I take that back. Lord of the Rings happens in September. So, yeah. There we go. Because also in July, what's showing up there at the end of July is going to be Harley Quinn Season 3 on HBO Max. They just announced that. That's going to be July 28th is when that's coming out. And yes, I'm going to be covering it because why? I've covered the first two seasons. So, and it's a damn good show. You should watch it if you haven't watched it yet. If you have HBO Max, go and watch it. It's up there, the first two seasons. Oh, sorry. That was my knee that just popped like that. Anyway, I think it's time to let you all go. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat. And thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, you know who you are out there. Take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button before you skedaddle out of here. Also, if you want to know when we'll be on live again next, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. All righty. And with that said, yeah, maybe we will get the duo out there, Pen for Harley, most likely. But well, I think we'll get one of them at least. So with that said, though, I'm gonna let you guys go for the rest of the night. Thank you, everyone. I will see you again tomorrow for the contest results. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may get your bangle stabbed by some 70-year-old, 80-year-old woman who doesn't look a day over 40, and it'll send you back in time to the 1940s. That's how hard she hit you. She sent you back in time to the 1940s. That's how hard she hit you. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care. Wear those masks, get those vaccine shots, and get the boosters as well. They don't work without the boosters. And I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe out there, everyone. Have a good rest of your night and take care. Thanks, everyone. Good night.